Oh, well. 1, 2, in the mirror. There you go. So this video is going to be about Mason being the Magus. Mason's the king of the Meister Templi. Actually doesn't know any of the other Thelemic grades because he experienced PTSD after being murdered as a lamb, and he basically lost the ability to read just from anxiety. It might have made his third eye really anxious, and yeah, like Jesus when he was on the cross, he had a lot of anxiety in his third eye too, and like kills your third eye, like shatters your third eye, like your balls, like they shatter your third eye. Mason's third eye might have gotten shattered, so he has to heal it with the river. And that's another part of me and Meister Templi. He's a river meditator. So Mason's like trained to be a sorcerer. He hasn't actually read Carlos Castaneda in years, but actually listened to the audiobooks and he's really well with that. He's read a few of the books. He's like read parts of them, and he reads them with the Angel of Death though, and the angel like gives him a trip whenever he reads an entrant, like a part of the book. So Mason's trained to be a death defier, and that's where he's going to be immortal forever. And he's probably going to be like, he might ask Natalie to give Natalie a son, because Mason's probably going to be getting 2 daughters. So he has Anne Olivia in the real world, and he also has an Olivia in his mind. He didn't know until tonight that this video was created like less than 5 hours after the previous video, the Weird number 8. So it's like a part 2 of that video. This is 9th video. This is the 7th video. So he didn't know until recently that Olivia in his mind, because when he was in the garden when he was 19 before he was murdered, he was meditating, and he had Kundalini, and Olivia is actually created from LSD, and she's his Kundalini goddess, and he was in meditation, and he saw her 2 eyes appear to him with his eyes closed, and she said, if you space out you can stare into my eyes. And he might have tried it for a second, but then like she tried to steal his attention from him, and then he backed away. So she was like this witch that would stalk him, and she might have watched him on the computer every once in a while or something. She would drop stuff every once in a while, like hints that she was watching him. So he has Mary Magdalene in his mind as well, who lives in Olivia's body partially, or has before. And and then he has Peter the Apostle in his mind as well, that were summoned from Jesus' crucifixion. I found another thing interesting out tonight. Apparently Jesus, in this timeline, in the real timeline that creates our history, he reincarnated from the Revelation dream. So he's Mason's heart, and he's Mason's crucified heart, and it reincarnated in the Revelation dream, then looped back into this universe to turn into Jesus. Apparently Mason was as holy or heavenly, it's as heavenly as Jesus, at the point of him smoking DMT in the projected dream for Revelation that was supposed to be the dream for the Earth. They got fractaled into a multiverse. So yeah, Mason's a Meister Temple. He's the king of the Meister Temple. He's still a Meister Temple technically. It's a master of the temple. So there are warriors that use drugs to learn about secrets of the universe. And Mason's a pantheist. He's the Greek god Pan, or rather, Pantheist from the Bible is created Mason's image as the King of Kings, as Pan, who is also the King of Kings. So Bantheus has created Mason's image, where Mason's the King of Kings, where Bantheus is a king. He looked at the stars while drunk on wine, and it enlightened him. Mason meditated while high on amphetamine. He was enlightened by Satori. Bantheus was just really high on heaven. Heaven might be super omniscient, though. He's a sorcerer, so if you do meditate while using drugs, while inebriated, like, you do cultivate magic, and it's like, whatever, done. So, Mason's 5 equals 6. So he hasn't thought about this in a really long time. He's gonna try to talk about it. So there's the Kabbalah, there's the greats of the Kabbalah. And 1 equals 10 is the lowest ascension. 2 equals 9 is the second lowest ascension. 3 equals 8 is the middle ascension, and then 4 equals 7 is the highest ascension, but 3 equals 8 might just be someone who could have been 4 equals 7 that completed the hero's journey, that refused to return and didn't ascend to the garden, or didn't ascend to heaven. They might have gone to the garden. They're usually people that don't return to their parents. That's why Mason's the Magus, though, because it's your greatest. Your grade is determined by how much karma you dissolve while in the abyss, while conquering the hero's journey, while conquering your own hero's journey. So, Mason's a really high ascension because he practically died for Olivia to have his son, and his soul died. He experienced a more excruciating death than Jesus' death on the cross. So there you go. Just him bringing hellfire while in jail. He is sane. He's extremely powerful. He's burning more hellfire than any sentient organism in the universe. It might not be. No, we were trying to fight him. We were trying to compete for this. Like, we were trying to put Michael in an alternate reality, in a black hole in outer space. We were trying to put him in a holographic black hole with his own multiverse universe dream, and put him in chains. But he wasn't supposed to do it for like 50,000 years or some shit. No, it's like 100,000 years. We wanted to make him big. But like in the physical universe, on the Earth, it's really rare. That's why he's burned in more hellfire than anyone else. Because it's super rare. It might come from lust for God. So, he had lust for God, apparently. He wasn't an Adonis. No, he wasn't an Oedipus. He wasn't an Oedipus. He was an Adonis. He was only my weightlifter. He was an Adonis. He looked in the mirror and flex. He was an Adonis. That's a part of his lust for God. He was an Adonis. He has a really powerful Adonis belt. He's just fat. And it's just like super powerful. He's like drank while his walls have been shaking and shit for like days on end, where his walls just shake. He has to drink in order for his walls to not just explode on him. That's what he was doing while he was drinking. He was like restabilizing alternate dimensions. With the angel of death. The angel was literally just telling him to drink, though, and made him drink. And the angel would just like pop stars and shit by practicing like sex magic. Oh, it's Thelemic sex magic. Yeah, the angels would practice Thelemic sex magic and with angels in dreams, in black holes, and It just like it caused the dimensions to destabilize. I just had to drink to heal them. So yeah, he was like really going hard for a really long time in his trailer in Sun Valley. Like he almost stayed up for 5 days. He stayed up for 4 days while on amphetamine. Probably if you stay up for 5 whole days while on amphetamine, you might not want to do it. It turns you into eternity as a Buddha. So, yeah, like it gives you an ego of eternity, and it might just like you don't want to do it. Like it makes you one with death. You might not like people that stay up behind amphetamine. It like really likes to respect your body. It likes to sleep.